You ever feel like you're sitting in a doctor's office waiting with only a few good magazines, and you feel like life is just passing you by? You've managed to click on all those videos entitled something to the effect of 5 signs you're on the verge of a huge breakthrough. Change is coming. You've asked for signs from, I don't know, your spirit guides, from higher self, from the universe, and still nothing is happening. How long is too long to wait? Is this it? Like, I'm not supposed to do anything else, but I can feel it. I could taste the freedom. I just have this feeling inside me that I'm on the verge of something huge. And maybe years go by and you're like, damn, I'm 42 years old and nothing is happening. How long is too long to wait? Am I on the verge of a breakthrough, or is this all BS? Are they just pulling my chain? All these videos that are telling me, stick with it, kid. Stay on your path. You're good. But maybe this is my path. Maybe my path is to do nothing. Why is nothing resonating with me? So let's talk about that today, where you feel like you're just waiting. You're in a doctor's office, waiting, and you get impatient. I'm trying to listen to my intuition to keep going. Here's the catchphrase. I'm trying to listen to my intuition. I'm trying. Are you trying, or you're trying, but trying equals not ready yet, perhaps. So we may feel ready for this big breakthrough or what's coming next in our lives, but we may not be ready. There's a difference. We may feel ready, but we may not be ready. And the universe is saying, okay, you're trying, you're getting a little impatient here. You're going by a linear timeline, so you're still not ready. I don't care how old you are. The universe doesn't care how old you are. They just want to know that you're ready. So maybe this is the path of patience. The word that nobody likes to hear. It's like Willy Wonka, Veruca Salt. I want it now. I want it now. So I've talked about this before, our inner timeline, our inner timetable, it's like an inner clock, where we can kind of like be on this journey of following our intuitive guidance and stuff. But after a certain point, and everybody may be different with where that point is in their lives, start to get antsy. We start to doubt. We start to give up. We start to think that all these videos we're watching from influencers are just trying to get views. And they're really not, they don't know. They're not speaking truth, because nothing's happening in my life. Well, here's the thing, little grasshopper. Just because you feel like nothing is happening, just because you did not get your big aha moment that you think other people get, doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. We're just looking at it through the eyes of the human ego. And the human ego, we've trained ourselves as a species to be impatient, to get frustrated at a certain point. Why? Because we're often comparing ourselves to other people, or we often have this expectation of how things should be, how time should flow, how this, and this should happen by a certain age or a certain time. That just shows that we have default programming inside of us. So everybody's path or journey is different, and maybe yours or mine is to have this test of patience. And that is like the number one lesson for us all to learn, to extend ourselves beyond the moment of doubt, beyond this place of where we felt comfortable in our own skin, where we felt comfortable listening to our inner GPS. But now we hit that point where it's uncomfortable because we feel like life is passing by. Life is still happening. Life is still happening. So, you know, if nothing is resonating, or if something just doesn't feel right, still not the right time, perhaps. You know, I'm just saying. So I think, you know, this is a hard lesson for us all. This is the biggest lesson, is the lesson of patience. And the thought, you know, that gives a lot of people nightmares, myself included, is what if I'm waiting all this time and I'm following my heart and I'm following what I think is my intuition, and nothing ever happens in my life? Think about that. What would that look like? How would that feel? Still looking at it from a human ego approach, right? Where you're viewing success, or you're viewing certain milestones, or certain things, attachments, certain things, expectations of how your life should go. And if life doesn't go that exact way, or you don't hit those exact milestones that maybe other people hit, then I'm a failure. I didn't do life right. There's no right way to do life. You just wake up every day and you live, okay? You don't have these like unrealistic timetable or expectations for yourself, you know? And that's, you know, one of the great concepts of something like spirituality, is it's so far removed from what we think it is a lot of times, you know? Or we associate it with like career and status and, you know, garnering attention from other people and having the external world validate us or justify our existence. But we just exist no matter what. We just exist no matter what. So if you're left in waiting, you feel that big breakthrough is coming, don't let up. Keep going, kid. Keep going. Because, you know, I truly believe that it's in the moments where it's like we're tested, where we're on the verge of something big, and then we don't see it happening in our time frame. And big could be, you know, there's so many definitions of what the breakthrough is. It could be something that's not like an overhaul of your entire life, you know. It's going to be different for everybody. You know, it may just be like a course correct in your life, or a realization, or a different shift on perspective in your life. It doesn't have to be like this complete like U-Haul truck coming in and like throwing out all the junk and bringing in, you know, new junk. Everybody's different, you know? So where was I with this? I forget. Yeah, keep going, kid. Keep going, kid. You know, if you have that intuitive feeling, oftentimes it's right at that breaking point. We're at the edge of the cliff, and it's like we're dangling our toe over, and it's like something is about to happen, but we give up right before it does. It's like the universe kind of extends the timeline a little further than where we're comfortable, right? Where we've been sitting in the doctor's office for 5 hours, and we suddenly get fed up and leave. Little did we know that 2 minutes later, the doctor opens the door and calls out our name, but we're not there. That's all I'm saying. So trust yourself. I know everybody says trust the process, but it really is true. You know, if you feel something in your heart, you feel like you're on the verge of something big, trust that, okay? Don't force yourself to just move in a different, you know, direction because you just give up on yourself, you know? There's no age limit to your path. And just because you feel ready, like I said, you may not be ready. And there's still something holding you up, and it might be the test or the art of patience, because patience is one of the freaking hardest things in this world we live in. It's one of the hardest things because the world, the pace of the world keeps getting faster, keeps speeding up. We keep having more connection to technology where we see what everybody else is doing. Whereas back in the day, we didn't see what everybody else was doing. People just did it, did there's stuff. But now we have access 24/7 to what everybody else is doing. So what does that do? It's a giant mind F, right? For us. And it pressures us, gives us so much pressure. And then it veers us kind of off our own path, because suddenly we're on our own path. Oh, this feels right. I'm going to keep being patient. I'm going to, keep going the way I'm going. But then it's like distraction. Suddenly we're like veering off the track, veering down a different road, and we don't even realize it because we think we're still on our path, but we're kind of veering into somebody else's path or territory. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, you got this, kid. Stick with it. There's no right or wrong in life. There's only our comparison game that we do that drives us nuts. There's only we frustrate ourselves, our own impatience, okay? My grandmother used to sing to my brother and I the Have Patience song. I don't know if it's an actual song, but the lyrics were, have patience, have patience. And I never forgot that, it's hard because we always lose patience at one time or another, but I always come back to that. And I think that's such a significant virtue. It's something so valuable that a lot of us lose along the way in the game of life. So anyway, I hope you found this helpful. Let me know. Hit that like button, subscribe. I put out new videos every single week for you on all kinds of cool topics. On that note, I will see you on the next one.